Good morning, everyone. The wee hours of the day. This is Sunday morning, and I'm here with you, Sherry's Metaphysical Corner, with my cup of tea to get our day started. I awoken this morning with my spirit team suggesting offer your live videos with what you know about your spirit team and about the work that you're doing with this and how you're working with us to help. So here I am. I've already connected with my spirit team, Divine Source Council, and they are excited that I have chosen to do this with them. So let's begin as we begin the day with our cup of tea. So as we begin, lovingly, my spirit team wants me to talk about the orbs that you see around me. So as we work together, they come through as you can see them, and they're around 24/7 every day. It's just that during the daytime hours, we can't see them because it's light out. So when it's a little bit dark, like the wee hours of the morning, like now, or in the evenings when it's dark, you can take snaps of them with your camera outside, or you can use a video. They will show up. They're around us. And the way to connect with them is to sit quietly with them in the silence if you can, and to be still, to just be still in the silence with them. So what I'm going to suggest is when I first started, I didn't just start right in and connected with them. It took some time. I sat quietly and I would specifically make time to do this, 5 or 10 minutes a day of sitting quietly in the silence with them until I got proficient at it. Sometimes I would have very soft, very low volume flute music on. And then eventually graduated to just no music, just sat in the silence. Oftentimes I will sit outside in the yard. It's beautiful. And in particular, if you're sitting near trees in the grass, they're very vibrational and they will raise your vibration exponentially. So you might want to check that out. So as we begin, my spirit team is here with me, and when they come through, they always come through with, Divine Child of God, we are here with you. We are Divine Source Council from the higher realms, the upper heavens of divine love and light frequencies. We are the light. We are love. And they oftentimes will come through, let's say during the day, randomly. I could be doing something in my home, or I could be at the office, and they'll just come through randomly. We would like to speak with you. This is Divine Source Council from the higher realms. We would like to speak with you, dear heart. So oftentimes they'll address me as dear heart or Divine Child of God. So it was them that inspired me to write my book, and the book is A Change in Perception. It came out in January of 2020. Divinely guided by something greater than myself that connects us all. And this book is a compilation of all the years that I've been communicating with them and the different things that I've learned and things that they've said. And there's many chapters in this book that are questions and answers, very similar to the author Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote the book Communication with God. Very similar to that. Many of the chapters in here are just communications between myself and my spirit team. And also the work that I've done through the years with different modalities. I've worked with the Reiki modality. I've worked with the Melchizedek method using sacred geometry. I've worked with biofield tuning with tuning forks. I've worked with crystal singing bowls. I was up and down New England for years and years at different events, from as far as Vermont to the Cape. I was everywhere with those. So it was just a wonderful experience. I'm also a medium clearer, so I clear people of low vibration entities that are just kind of clinging to them or clinging to properties. So I also work with that. And of late, I also use now the emotion code, body code. I was introduced to that a couple of years ago, and I just found it to be unbelievably efficient and quick, quicker than any other modality I've worked with. But it also encompasses everything I've ever learned from all of the works that I've utilized in the 23 years I've been in the metaphysical field. So with that said, this really is a full modality, and it's not new. Dr. Bradley Nelson came through with this 30 years ago. He was inspired, again, by divine source energy that came through him and kept giving him information. He would always tune in to something higher than himself, greater than himself. Every time he was working on someone, he was a chiropractor, and every time he worked on someone, he would always ask for help first and meditate on that and received it. And from there, he started to write the book, The Emotion Code, and kept going with it. So this is where I have been given to go with my path now, and it's been very exciting. So the emotion code, just to keep it a little bit brief for you, this work identifies and corrects imbalances that cause emotional and physical issues in a person or in an animal. And I do work with animals as well, so it's an amazing tool. The body has the ability to restore its health. And with the right conditions, we're assisting with energy balancing using applied kinesiology, which is muscle testing, and magnets. And a person feels a shift on the spot. You immediately feel there's something definitely shifting in your body. So now when I ask people to give me an idea of what's going on with their systems, like when I'm offering my live Facebook segment, I have a Facebook segment on Tuesday evenings at 8:30, and that's Eastern Standard Time. I advise people, give me an idea of what's going on with your systems. You know, if you have arthritis in your system, where is it? Is it your hands? Is it your feet? Is it your hips? If you have any physical pain, what's the pain level between 1 and 10? 10 being the absolute worst. What's the pain level? Fibromyalgia, headaches, stomach aches, whatever's going on in your body, low back pain. Or is it emotional distress that you have issue with? You know, are you depressed? Are you feeling anxious? Do you have anxiety, PTSD, insomnia, things like that? What's the pain level, or what's the distress level of those? Because after I offer people the free sample on my Facebook segment, they're going to feel a shift immediately, and it's going to drop. That pain level or distress level is going to drop. So we have them gauge whatever it is. It's just fantastic. So let me just give you a little more insight about what we're doing with this work. It kind of helps. And how we use the tool. So we use magnets, and they hold very powerful. They hold intention. And that's why we use the magnets in this work. Because when we're releasing something, we're going to set the intention once we find it from your subconscious directing us to find it. Then we use the magnets to hold that intention and release. And what we're doing to release it is we are rolling the magnet. Now it can be any magnet. It can be a magnet off of your refrigerator like this, very inexpensive, or you can use a very expensive magnet. So what we're doing is simply rolling it 3 or 4 times through the governing meridian line, which starts right here above the lip. It goes up over the crown and down the back. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's what we do. And the reason for that is the governing meridian, this is it right here, starts here, goes over the crown and down the back. This is the back side of a human. It goes all the way down the base of the spine. And it runs through the whole body, all the organs in the body. And these are the pathways or the meridians that the governing meridian runs through. Now, it's the largest reservoir of energy in the body. So as soon as we set the intention and use the magnet, it's going to run right through all of these meridians and find it, the root cause, and release that. What it is just a small ball of energy about the size of an orange, and it's just trapped in your body somewhere. This finds it and releases that energy, and you feel the shift immediately. So now what we're doing is, again, we're connecting to your subconscious to do that. So this is just a visual aid to help bring something to mind. An iceberg. The top half of this iceberg that you can see above the ocean, that's the conscious mind. And we use a very small amount of it, 1/10 or less. The bottom half of this subconscious, or this iceberg, is the subconscious, and that's connected to universal intelligence. It is massive, it is huge, and that's where we're getting all the information from the subconscious. It has no ego, and it is connected to universal intelligence, divine source, God, whatever you relate that to. So we do need permission to connect to an individual's subconscious. You can't just go in haphazardly, or even with an animal. We have to have permission from the owner to be able to do that. So with that said, this is the chart that we use when we're using the emotion code. Now the emotion code, just to give you an idea, it's kind of a hand in glove. It's the emotion code, the body code. And they work hand in hand together. One just goes a little deeper into the body than the other. So the emotion code is the emotions that we find, and this is the chart. There's 2 columns. There's column A, there's column B, and then there's 6 rows of organs. Now your subconscious is going to send us to one of these rows to find trapped emotion that didn't get processed, and that's why it's trapped in the body. It couldn't get processed. Something that we went through, something that was traumatic that we went through. It could be a divorce, it could be a job loss, it could be the death of a family member, a friend, a colleague. It could be many things. That trauma creates emotion that we can't process and remains stuck in the body, and it can get stuck in one of the organs or around it or near a gland or a muscle, some tissue somewhere in your body. It can go anywhere. It's just trapped. When we connect to your subconscious and connect by using this, we can find it, whatever is disturbing you, disturbing the system, and release it. So there's 6 rows. So there's even rows, 2, 4, 6, odd rows, 1, 3, and 5. And what I want to press upon you the most right now at this moment is the organs and glands, which are to the left here. Organs and glands, they are the organ and gland generators. They are the frequency generators of these emotions that are trapped in the body. So if you have something going on with the lungs and the colon, these are the emotions that are generated in that row, that are generated by those 2 organs. There's 10, so there's 5 in each column, in each cell block. So there's a total of 10 per each set of organs and glands. 10 straight across. And there's 5 in each cell cluster. Your subconscious is going to direct us to which cell cluster to go to, and which emotion is trapped in your body that is irritating or lowering the frequency or weakening the frequency of your body. Can eventually create disease if it's there long enough. The body code. Similar premise. There's 2 columns. left and right, but the body code goes much deeper into the body, and it accesses 6 topics: energy, circuits and systems, if you can see that, toxins, pathogens, misalignments, nutrition or lifestyle. So wherever your subconscious feels there's an issue in your body that is an underlying cause for what's going on in your system, it's going to direct us to one of these topics. There's 1,000 topics in the body code that we use in the app. So it's going to continue to open further, and then more topics, and then more topics, until we get to the actual location of what's taking place in your body. It's just utterly amazing. So that's the body code as well, and that goes much deeper into the system. And like I said, a person can feel immediately a response, a positive response, when we release something from the system that is weakening the organs and glands, or just weakening the system in general. You will feel a shift in your body. It's amazing. I do, again, offer free samples of this work on my Facebook page Tuesday evenings at 8:30 if you want to tune in, Eastern Standard Time. You can sample it. I mean, how can we better experience this than jumping right in and having a sample of it? And there is a process timeline for an individual when they go through that. And we always ask before the session is over, what is the processing timeline for so-and-so with the work that we just did today energetically? And we'll get an answer. We're going to use muscle testing to get that answer, and it'll give it to us. Very interesting. And before I close, just to let people know, I do offer free body evaluations. And let me just give you a little information about how we do that. The body evaluation that I offer people is included, and I add extra time onto the session to allow for it, and that's free of charge with a purchase session. We're checking for, I don't think I have it here, we're checking for what is the percent of a person's immune system functioning at that moment in time. We can actually get the percentage, and it should be at 100%, of course, so we're going to find what it is. What is the percent of a person's brain messages reaching their organs and glands? We're going to get that as well. Again, these 3 need to be at least 100%. You always want them to be at optimal. And then the third one is, what is the percent of this individual's heart messages reaching their body tissues intact? So that's what we're going to be doing with part of the body evaluation. The rest is, what is, or do they have, I should say, any pathogen energies in their system? This is the energetic form. And we're going to ask, there's 4 or 5 of them: viral, fungal, parasitic, bacterial, and mold. We can check for these. We're also checking for heavy metal toxins. And we test 23 organs in the system to see if there are any imbalances. 23 organs. The organs that we test are the hypothalamus, the kidneys, the lungs, the ovaries, the pancreas, the thyroid, descending colon, small intestine, gallbladder, the adrenal glands, thymus gland, ileocecal valve, liver, uterus, prostate, pineal gland, transcending colon, stomach, spleen, pituitary gland, ascending colon, heart. We also test a person's pH balance and chakra imbalances. I just started adding those too. So there's a lot of work that we can test in the system. And we test for a heart wall. That's something completely different than any other modality that I've ever worked with, and that no other modality is able to pull that information up. Now, the heart wall is something that's created with a trauma. a horrific trauma that somebody's been through. It could be like a child going through a divorce with their parents at 4 or 5. You know, a 4-year-old child is not equipped for all that emotion. And if the parents are fighting and there's lots of issue and negative energy going on in the house, the child is going to have a heart wall created by the subconscious. It's done automatically, or let's say you were involved in a car accident. There's trauma there to your body, emotionally and physically. Again, the subconscious is going to create a heart wall around your heart center. Now, the heart center itself has its own field of energy, and it's 12 feet wide all the way around your body, 12 feet. Now, the aura around the physical body is 6 feet wide. So the aura around the heart is separate, has its own separate field of energy. And in that field of energy, we can fill that up completely with trapped emotion and go beyond that 12-foot mark because it's creating it in layers. So you can have layer after layer after layer of these. And these are, I don't know if you can read them, anxiety, despair, disgust, effort unreceived, abandonment, confusion, defensiveness, grief, self-abuse, depression, frustration, dread, fear, anger, bitterness, guilt, and more. There's 60 trapped emotions, and these can create layers in the system, in the body. So let's just say we've created a heart wall. In that heart wall, that little bombshell that's been created around your heart center, it's going to just keep attracting more of that frequency of those things trapped in your body. And it'll stay there for life if we don't release the heart wall. 93% of people have one and don't realize it. So we work to release it. And it takes generally 3 to 5 sessions to release a heart wall completely from a system because the body gets too tired. It's just worn out. Very tired when we work on just the heart wall because the body goes through an adjustment process. And in that adjustment process, it's an average of 2 to 3 days, but sometimes it can be less, sometimes it can be more. It just depends on the person, how much they've been through in life, the age, so on and so forth. But I'm going to show you just a visual aid. This is the human body. These are your chakras. And then I've penciled in small little circles to depict empty spaces in your body where there once was a trapped emotion that we just released. It's going to leave a space, a gap. So your body is going to go through that 2 to 3 day processing while it fills in all of those spaces with your pure, beautiful energy. Fills in those spaces that were left by the trapped emotion that was once taking up space in your system. Because it does have a frequency. Everything in the human body has a frequency. All the organs vibrate at their own specific frequency. The glands, the muscles, the bones, the tissues. Everything has a frequency. So it's taking up space and lowering the frequency of the human body, weakening it. That's how we create disease in the body. So I'm going to leave you with this. I want to just say thank you for coming in and my spirit team for allowing me to come in and helping me show you this is what we look like when we're on the other side. We're in physical form right now, so we have more stability here with physical form. When we're on the other side, we're just pure energy. Physical form is a little bit different. After the 8th dimension, there is no physical form. It's just pure energy like what you're seeing here with the orbs. It's just pure energy. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found this fascinating, inspiring. You can check more information out about what I'm doing on my website, energyworkstudio.com. Click on the book. A link will appear that you can click and go in and read an excerpt from my book, A Change in Perception. Lots of questions and answers about many topics with my spirit team. So check it out. And if you're looking to make an appointment with me and have some work done with the emotion code body work and a body evaluation, again, go to my website and click on Acuity Scheduling. All my services will be visible once you do that. Just click on emotion code / body code. You're going to click either one single session or a 5-visit package, whatever is convenient for you. Pick the date and time that's convenient for you. You'll see what I have available and purchase. It's that simple. It's a very easy peasy program to use. And yes, that's it. So with that said, I'm going to leave you for now. Thanks again for joining in. This was so much fun, and my spirit team is always with me, having fun with me, helping people, teaching people, and that's what this is about. That's my purpose, to help people be less fearful and teach and experience. All right. Good day to everyone. I'll speak to you again soon. Love and light coming your way in grace and gratitude. Always and always, I will see you again. Take care for now.